My friend CPQ.
Hi.
And welcome out to Show is Best Boy.
Yeet.
Because Show is Best Boy.
Show is best boy. Welcome to the show, boys and girls.
The show. So.
I should probably open up the
Are you looking
dice
up?
app.
Yeah, the dice app.
That might be useful.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, for those who don't know, which, why wouldn't you know, we're 7 episodes into this series.
It might be someone's first.
Might be somebody's first. This is DnDating Sim, a dating sim entirely controlled by RNG and your votes.
Yay.
So, everybody gets a reroll, one reroll, which means you don't actually get to choose what the dice lands on, you just get another chance at rolling the dice that you actually wanted. You can veto rerolls. If you veto somebody's reroll, they get their reroll back. If somebody vetoes your veto, both vetoes are gone, and the reroll goes through. Vetoes chain, and if it's an odd number, all vetoes are used up, reroll gets returned, but nothing happens. Even number, all vetoes are used up, and the roll continues. I think that's a pretty concise list of rules.
He has a D20. It's a bronze cast D20. It's very heavy.
My fancy D20.
And then when it's not
Easily dividable by 20.
We do this.
You might want to turn your volume up a little bit. That's a little quiet.
It's all the way up.
Oh.
As loud as it goes.
You. Yikes.
2,
Ooh,
1,
can we get a restart? I need to...
2,
How's that?
2,
I mean, they can
I
hear
gotta
it.
make sure not to hit the microphone.
3.
Yeah, they can hear it.
Yeah. You can stop now. At any time, you can just stop.
It sucks that there's not just an option like turn off motion control and just tap
There is.
to roll.
There is.
You wouldn't have those individual rolls anymore.
Shut up.
But what do we feel like doing? We got 3 choices. Top to bottom. Show is
3.
not one of them. That was
Oh.
Yuna.
Then I don't want to play this game anymore. Quick settings. Let's see. Shake to roll, turn off. Now I have to tap it.
I had to tap it to roll.
No. Just keep going.
All
Keep
right.
going.
I was browsing a list of clubs and classes earlier, and Ace offers a cooking club. I remember Nikki mocking me, saying I would join when she first started her club, but maybe that wasn't such a bad idea. The look on her face would be priceless if I offered to cook
Oh,
it.
okay.
Cook and it was edible. I'll go check it out. Yuna's soft girl that got us the sponsorship. The cooking class is held in a culinary building. I enter a classroom filled with multiple cooking stations already set up with ingredients. Kinda reminds me of a chemistry lab, but with stoves and ovens.
Kind of reminds me of a computer lab, but you know, to each his own.
Because we're just in a room full of computers. It's a virtual cooking class.
Has to be. It has to be.
In the corner of the room, I spot Yuna and claim the station beside her. Hey, Yuna. She blinks in surprise.
Hey!
What a cutie.
Are you part of the cooking club?
Nah, I'm just dropping in today.
Me too. What brings you here?
I'd like to make a meal for Nikki.
Nikki?
Oh, she's my younger sister.
Why
I
you getting
didn't know
jealous?
you have a sister.
Huh?
She getting jealous or something?
Yep, she loves to cook, but I thought maybe I'd give her a break and make her something instead. Yuna smiles.
You sound like a really thoughtful big brother.
I am. Can you explain that in no uncertain words to my little sister? What about you? What brings you here?
Since I quit the SBA,
What?
I've got a lot of
What?
extra time. So I've been trying out some of the other clubs Ace offers.
What?
We already got our sponsorship, doesn't matter.
It's kind of a callous thing. When did you quit the SBA?
Right around when I got Dashu as your sponsor.
What? Voice holds an edge of finality. It's clear she doesn't want to talk about this further. Anything catch your interest? I feel like if we'd been on her path, we would have learned more about this.
Probably.
A couple.
I can go
but
find
I'm
out right
still
now.
weighing my options. Besides, it's fun trying new things.
The student instructor arrives and everyone breaks away from their conversations to stand at their stations.
Welcome, everyone!
He goes into a short message explaining who he is and the rules and structure of the club.
Now that that's out of the way, today we will be learning how to make kasutera. If you haven't already done so, please put on your aprons.
I slip off my blazer and tie the apron around my waist.
First, we will preheat the oven to 160 degrees.
Celsius.
And don't forget to line your pan with parchment paper.
Parchment paper?
Yeah.
Is that what they
Baking paper.
Okay.
There's a different name for it.
Isn't that a little low? Oh, right, it's in Celsius.
For our dry ingredients, we will have 1 cup and 2.5 tablespoons of bread flour and 1 cup of sugar. The wet ingredients will have 6 eggs and 5 tablespoons of honey diluted with 2.5 tablespoons of water.
It's like a fucking chemical recipe. At least there aren't many ingredients. As instructed, I measure out the ingredients. Wait, I forgot to preheat the oven. What temperature should it be? Green answer, 160. I preheat the oven to 160 degrees. The instructor continues to provide instructions, and I follow as best I can. Oh, she's got a little bit of batter on her face.
Oh my god, what a cutie.
Whilst mixing the eggs, I gaze wanders over to Yuna. She's carefully pouring flour into her measuring cup and leveling it off before dumping it into the bowl. Her tongue sticks out slightly as she concentrates. I try holding back a chuckle when she glances at me. There's a smudge of flour on her cheek, and I can't hold back my smile. She matches my grin before turning back to her ingredients. Bow wow. It's a fucking little pout. I refocus on my own station and add the sugar. The only thing left is to add the honey. How much water do I use to dilute the honey? Boom. Because we're smart.
We are smart.
All of those green options, we can smart it. I add 2.5 tablespoons
Once
of
you
water.
add the last of your flour, mix the ingredients until combined. Be careful not to overmix.
I wonder if we would be able to know the right answer, like if we just remembered in real life, and it just wouldn't highlight it or what. Or if we would have actively messed this up if we didn't choose smart at the beginning of the game.
Pour the batter into your pan and let it bake for 35 minutes.
As instructed, I add the last of my flour to the mixture and continue to mix. What counts as over mixing anyway? How do I know if I've mixed just the right amount or too much? Using my wooden spoon, I poke around and see if there are any flour chunks left. Nope. I guess that means my batter is ready to go into the oven. Set time for 35 minutes. Now, just wait and see. I'm glad we put in that stipulation rule that if we get a green, we auto choose the green.
Right?
'Cause that's making this a lot
I
easier.
mean, it was also a timer, so.
Also true. I make final choices on all timer choices. Once my timer dings, I carefully remove the cake from the oven. It baked unevenly, so some of the side is still spilling over the pan. I think it might be a little darker on one side too. Does that mean it's burned? I guess there's only one way to find out. I pry it out of the pan and put it on my plate. Some of the edges got stuck to the parchment paper when I removed it, so the patches of yellow exposed under the darkish brown layer. Yuna carefully sets her cake on her plate. It's a perfect loaf with a golden brown top and light yellow sides. She glances over at my cake and hides her smile with a cough. The instructor begins his taste test in my row and at the back of the classroom. He reaches me before Yuna.
It didn't quite come out the way you expected, did it? But let's see how it tastes.
He puts a fork into the cake in his mouth. His eyes light up in a smile.
This is absolutely delightful.
Yeah, don't fucking judge a book by its cover, Steve. Really?
Let me try.
Hell yeah, Yuna, try my cake. Yuna stands right beside me, staring curiously at my cake. She tries a small piece. Are you still trying to pry into this lady's past?
This
Yes.
is so good.
It might have something to do with her brother, though.
Oh, is this another character we haven't met?
We're not gonna meet him, he's dead.
Oh, okay. You could have just left it at a yes. You could have done that really like you know the thing that people do where it's like it's very clear that there's an answer and like the dramatic irony thing to do is to literally just sit there and go like just sit there and go what am I blanking? Just sit there and go, you could say that, and then look into the camera like you're on The Office, except nobody else knows what you're talking about.
She chose to study pilot health and physiotherapy after her brother died from neglecting to take his medication to pass a pilot drug test. He died from cardiac arrest.
Wonderful.
This is a beautiful cake. I can't wait to see how it tastes.
Oh, hers is gonna taste awful. Yuna's face lights up in anticipation, then gulps heavily.
How is it?
Her voice trembles with hope. The instructor's voice is hoarse and he chokes out the next words.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh no!
What?
Let me try. I take a bite.
How is it?
It's like if sugar and plaster had a baby together and let it sit out in the sun till every drop of moisture was baked out of it. How do I put this nicely? It doesn't taste how it looks. I wish I could untaste this. Why is there always a clearly the best worst option?
Right?
We need to play one of these where we only choose the terrible options.
Yes.
Every single time. Bottom to top.
3,
How do I put this nicely? Ooh, I don't want to use my reroll on this because I'm sure we're gonna hang out with
boy.
Show later, and I'm saving it for that. But ooh, I really didn't want this one. I wish I could untaste this.
I could use my reroll.
That's up to you.
I want
We
to
can-
take mine for show, but I also want to untaste this.
Nah, we're fine. We'll do this.
Okay.
Practice makes perfect.
That's just as good.
Again? Can it really be so bad?
Try it yourself. Yuna grabs the fork and stuffs it in her. She grimaces, then sighs deeply.
Practice does make perfect.
No. The instructor moves on to another. I feel like we're in a really good mood today.
We are.
Like normally,
Because we just finished season 3 of
season 2 of Stranger Things.
Steal your wife.
The instructor moves on to another station while Yuna pouts at her rejected cake. Well, aside from the result of your baking, what did you think of this class?
It was fun, but surprisingly challenging.
She glances at her cake and again mutters under her breath.
Where did I go wrong?
You gonna stick with this as your new extracurricular activity?
I don't know. I want to keep checking out other clubs.
Makes sense.
It looks like other students are trying each other's cakes. You want to try some?
Sure. Yuna and I walk around the room and try some other cakes with varying results. Once we tasted all of them, we head out. So, you going to a club later, or...? I'm in the pilot's lounge watching the Japan versus China gear playoff match. The lounge is packed with students, as this is a highly anticipated game. Many shout at the TV, but I watch in silence, sipping my drink and enjoying the ambiance.
Exciting game, right?
Hey, Akira. It's this fuck.
It's number 1.
I glance up in surprise, but nod. Akira grins and sits down in the seat across from me. Although he seems like a nice guy, we don't talk very often, so it's unusual he'd approach me. I suppose I do have a really good view of the TV, though. String of boos and yells fill the room as China takes out one of Japan's gears. People are really getting into it this time.
Yeah, it was predicted that this year China was going to be a strong opponent for Japan, and it looks like that's coming true.
Is that why there's such a big turnout? I gesture at the crowded room. Akira nods.
This is the first year that China's even made it this far in the playoffs. Everyone's watching to see who will come out on top.
Who do you think will win? He doesn't even hesitate.
Japan. What do you think?
Japan, China, or I don't care. Middle, top, bottom.
1,
Middle it is.
No one else is here.
There's one person in chat.
That's you.
That's not me.
That's not you? Oh,
No.
hello, person.
It doesn't count me anymore.
Oh. Why does it not count you anymore?
They updated it.
Oh, sweet.
It doesn't count my profile as a viewer.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Hello, person. I don't think they want to do the thing.
Probably not. I wouldn't rule out China just yet. Even though their technology isn't as advanced as Japan's, and China is a completely new team, their chaos has actually been their advantage. They've been doing a better job reacting to their opponent. Kira grins.
Sounds like you've got a soft spot for the underdogs.
I return the smile. I wouldn't underestimate a rising team. His eyes seem to stare deep within me.
Neither would I.
Those are some fuck me eyes.
For a second, I wonder if they're still talking about the ongoing match.
Speaking of matches, I believe congratulations are in order for you and your team.
Me? Your team is still holding the #1 spot on the leaderboards.
Sure, but you guys are quickly catching up. You started out at rank 21, but you've already made it to rank 11.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to think about it, and we're going against an even better team this week since Striker X got disqualified.
Yeah, the school is taking no chances with them.
What do you mean?
You didn't hear?
No.
The team lead and one of his starting pilots got into a huge fight, and they did not hold back. I mean, there were some serious injuries, so both members obviously couldn't compete.
Why did they fight?
The leader decided to sideline his starting pilot, and his pilot didn't like that.
They're on the same team. Couldn't they just talk it out? Sure, the leader had a reason. Kira shrugs.
I don't know all the details, but my guess is that there probably wasn't a good reason to sideline the pilot. Either way, because the fight escalated to the degree in which Ace had to get involved, the school is currently investigating the team.
Yee.
Which team are we talking about now?
The one that Sho and what's her name were originally on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Who are you going up against now?
Ona Bugashia.
Oh, May's team.
Yeah, I hear they're strong. You're not.
They are. But so are you. In fact, I'm really looking forward to my match with you.
That might still be a while considering my team's rank.
Right, but you guys have been on a winning streak, haven't you?
2 games isn't a streak.
Because of that, your matchmaking rating,
Pretty
or
sure that we
MMR,
had some
is
games
actually
outside
higher
of
than your earned rank. That tends to happen with
There was like a
outliers
week
like being an
time skip.
undefeated team.
Remember there was like a week time skip where they were like, yeah, we did some fights, we moved up to 11.
Oh, I remember there was a time skip, but I didn't think that
We only
happened.
played the important ones.
We've played 2 fights. Yeah.
So we
What he
probably
says
had,
makes
like, 4.
sense. Plus, I'm not going to question Akira about how being undefeated works.
I have a feeling that if you beat Ona Bugeisha, it
Bugeisha.
won't be long before we face each other on the field.
Don't jinx us. We won't go easy on you, or it is what it is. Bottom to top.
2,
We won't go easy on you. I like that answer.
Good one.
We won't go easy. Don't get too comfortable in that #1 spot. Akira merely smiles. We continue to watch the game in silence.
What? Why?
Didn't you turn shake off?
I did. I think my thigh pushed the button.
Strong thighs.
I wish I could watch the end of this match, but I've got to head to class. I'll see you later.
A nod. After Akira leaves, I check my phone and notice a text from Sho. It's a boy!
Boy!
Don't forget tomorrow we'll be getting our game on at the beach. Meet you here at 11.
I forgot we were doing a
As if I forget that.
I forgot.
I shoved my phone back into my pocket and watched the rest of the game. Well, we last played on Thursday.
That's fair.
In the end, Japan won with just 1 gear left standing. I've still got some time before I head home tonight. Sho or Valerie? That's
Oh.
not, it's an even roll.
Odds evens.
Odds evens. Here we go. This might end up being the first reroll of the night. 11.
Hey!
So that's Sho.
Yeah, fuck these bitches. We
Fucking
don't
hell.
give a fuck about this bitch. We don't give a fuck about this bitch.
As it
We
turns-
don't give a fuck about
As
this
it turns
bitch.
out, true platonic friendship is so much more. Hey, Paranoia.
Hi.
Bikinis galore. Exactly.
And if I was with her, one kiss around the lips. I don't think that's the actual line, but it ends with kiss around the lips. So.
Who cares about hanging out with girls? We've got platonic friendship to handle. I feel productive today, but I don't want to hit the books and study just yet. I know a good way to channel this energy. I'll work out at the gym. Other than my physical education class, I haven't been getting any exercise. Need to get back into a solid routine.
I need to get into it.
Yeah, we could go get a gym membership together.
That costs money.
It does cost money. I don't
But-
have money for that.
But going outside costs hydration, though.
And water is not 100% free, but close to it.
Yeah.
I head to the rec center and get changed into the lockers. I agree with CPQ. Fuck bitches. Fuck bitches, acquire friendship. As I make my way to the weight room, I pass by the gymnasium. Normally it's empty, but today it's full of people. Is there a class going on right now? Able to curb my curiosity, I peek into the room. The gym is decked out with equipment. Balance beams, still rings, panel bars, uneven bars, pommel horse. Pommel horse, about to bow wow. Can't see the floor beneath the layer of blue mats. Students seem to fly and flip from all corners of the room. My mouth drops open in wonder as I spot a very familiar face hanging from the still rings. Shao? At the sound of his name, Sho turns toward the sound of my voice and loses his grip. I wince as he comes crashing into the mat below. After a second, he gets up and rubs his head, then looks at me. Such grace, much elegant. Okay, top to bottom.
3.
Damn it.
Whoops.
Let's save it.
You gotta save it. Yeah, this seems like a not very important moment.
It could be the most important moment. We wouldn't know.
No, yeah, I guess we really wouldn't know with Sho. He's just so mysterious.
So good. He's so hard.
Whoops. Joe's attention is not the only one I attracted. A few heads turn in my direction and give me disapproving looks. I guess I was a bit loud. Thankfully, Sho is still in his cheery
What's
self.
going on, Brosif?
Nothing much. What are you doing here? Sho wipes the sweat off his face with his towel.
Trying to balance on the still rings.
No, I mean, I didn't exactly picture you as a gymnastics type of guy.
Why not? It helps with staying fit, build strength, flexibility, core training.
Is that really the reason you're here?
A pair of girls walk by wearing the Ace Academy gym wear. Their stomachs are completely flat and they have perky features. They flash us smiles as they walk by.
Flexibility.
There we are, Sho. There we are.
Yeah.
You already said that one.
Did I?
His attention is on other group of girls practicing their splits in the corner. And that has nothing to do with it. He grins.
It's a bonus.
He's so cute.
I'm pretty sure that's the main course for you.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
We both grin.
Plus, you're competing with yourself to always be better.
Uh-huh.
You set personal records for yourself, and then the next time you come, you try to beat them.
I'm not entirely sure where he's going with this. Like, how long you can hold yourself up? I guess.
That's just step one. Once you're comfortable just holding your weight, then you start doing tricks like handstands. It's a lot harder than you think.
He motions towards the still bars.
Try it.
Sure, I'll pass, or still rings is too easy. Is it bars or rings? Make up your mind game.
I'm not sure.
We're not very athletically inclined, by the way. That was
We're
one of the
not.
options.
We're not.
We are not athletically inclined, so let's see how well this goes. Bottom to top.
2.
I was really hoping for 3.
Do we want to re-roll for it? Do we want to re-roll for the comedic purpose? Do you want to? I can use mine.
I don't want you to waste yours on something that you don't care about.
But this will be hilarious.
Well,
Tell me to do it. No. Tell me, Paladin.
I think we're good.
You sure?
I'm fine with I'll pass.
All right.
No, thanks. He smirks.
Scared?
We're gonna end up doing it anyway.
Challenge accepted or still no? My turn.
Odds evens.
It's a 2.
Damn it!
Still no. We're somehow avoiding this. We're somehow, like, fucking weaving a thread through the answers that get us to humiliate ourselves. Still no. Good try, but still no. Joe frowns.
All right, all right.
We need him.
So,
Who's Hitomi?
I don't know.
A girl I don't recognize. Who waves at Sho as she races over.
how's it going?
Hey, he told me.
She looks me up and down. She smiles at me.
Who's your friend?
Oh no. No! Why must we be cursed with being unbearably hot?
Why?
Hitomi, beat Brosif. Brosif, meet Hitomi.
She blinks.
Broseph?
Sho nods and beams. It's Kevin.
Whoa, really?
Why is he surprised? I nod slowly. He rubs his chin in thought.
I've been calling you Brosa for so long I forgot.
Hitomi laughs and playfully touches Sho's arm. Hey!
Hey!
That's adorable.
Sho
I'm
beams.
just about done. How about you?
I'm almost done too.
Okay, I'm going to start packing. Come find me when you want to head out.
Is she his ride? Is he her ride?
The way she touched his arm, though.
Are they dating? Are they like, do they like each other but aren't dating yet?
Nice to meet you.
The same. She bounces out of the gym and I assume she's going to change in the locker room. You two know each other well?
Kind of. We met in this class. Her dorm building is actually the one next to mine.
Oh, so they carpool here. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I just nudged you.
You did.
It's the closest thing to nudge.
Thanks, Paladin.
That's pretty coincidental.
I know, right? Anyway, we ran into each other once, and when she realized we lived so close together, she insisted that we walk back together ever since.
They don't even ride cars together. It's
They
not a requirement. They walk.
They walk.
The way she acts towards Sho, it's obvious that she has more than a casual interest in him. Of course, knowing Sho, that fact isn't obvious to him. She's interested in you or not my business. Okay. The first real roll of the night.
Should I go evens odds this time, you think?
This is up to you. I'm the one that rolls.
I'll stick to the basics and stay with odds evens.
6.
Are you shitting me right now? Are you shitting
We're
me
currently
right
on
now?
not my business.
Are you shitting me right now, Paladin?
I am not. That's a 6.
I'm gonna hit that shit out of your hand. I'm gonna use my reroll for that shit.
Using your reroll?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Odds and evens.
It's got to be the same roll.
Oh,
Remember?
you're right.
That's a 7.
Oh, thank God.
She's interested in you. Make a save here. Does anybody want to
No,
change
they
that?
don't. They don't. Paladin.
I should have waited to see if anybody wanted a veto.
Oh, that's fair.
I forgot to ask if anybody wanted a veto.
Sorry, I'm just so excited.
I think the only person who's actively in chat right now is Paranoia. There's somebody else watching, but I don't think they're active in chat,
That's fair.
which is perfectly fine. Lurking is absolutely a thing you can do.
Like it.
All right, here we go. Dude, you know she's into you, right? Sho blinks and raises an eyebrow.
What are you talking about?
The laughing, the arm touching, the asking to walk back together. Sho shrugs.
She's just friendly. You're looking too much into it.
I'm telling Mayu, why not pursue it, or all right if you say so. Top to bottom.
1.
Yes! I'm telling Mayu. I'm telling Mayu. Does anybody want to re-roll that?
Show and he told me kissing in a tree.
Sitting in a tree.
Sitting in a tree.
Yeah, kissing in a tree.
S-I-T-T-I-N-G.
2 watching, I'm not alone. Yeah, like I said, there's 2 watching, but I think the other person's just a lurker, which is completely and totally fine. Waiting to see. I did just realize something.
What?
I don't have it set to ultra fast latency,
does that
so
mean?
whenever I stream on Twitch, there's normal latency, which is high quality viewer playbacks at higher resolutions. Low latency is near real-time interaction with minimal playback buffering, and then ultra low latency does not support closed captions, 1440p and 4K resolutions, but it gives you like literally the closest to like true time possible.
Okay.
However, based off of what I'm seeing here, we should be fine.
Yeah.
Live stream health is yellow though. Why is that?
I don't know.
Okay, viewers may be experiencing minor issues. I don't see anything wrong on our end, so I can only assume that is...
Problem.
Well, I can only assume it's because I chose the not low latency. But anyway, it doesn't look like anything, so I'm... Nah, it's too late now.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Tell Mayu.
That's what Mayu... I wonder what Mayu would think if you were walking girls back to their dorms.
What? Don't do that!
I thought nothing's going on.
Nothing is going on. But I don't want Mayu to get the wrong impression.
You're not dating Mayu, so why would she care?
She wouldn't.
So then what's the issue? Joe blinks, then frowns.
It's not an issue, but still.
Alright. I think Sho's really confused about his own feelings.
I think that's too.
Alright, man, sounds like you're heading off soon, and I still have to go work out. Sure nods.
It was good seeing you. You should stop by again.
I'll think about it. Sho gives me a brosive fist bump, and we head to our separate ways. I go work out until it's time to head home. It's quiet in the house when I arrive home. I guess no one's here. It's no surprise that Uncle Kaido's still at work, but I would
Why
have
does
been.
that thing keep blinking?
It's because it keeps losing connection to the Bluetooth.
Okay.
Blue is its normal color, and it flashes red when it's losing the connection.
Okay.
Remember how I was having trouble with the controller
Yeah.
the other day? Yeah, I don't know why, but it has a really hard time getting connection through the side of the case.
Interesting.
It's quiet in the house when I arrive. Okay, Uncle Kaido's still at work, but would have expected Nikki to be home by now. She's been spending more and more time at her cooking club. Must be going really well. She's secretly using it to have sex with all of the middle school boys. No, wait, she's in high school. All the high school boys.
Sure hope she's not having sex with middle school boys.
I should take advantage of the quiet and study. As I head upstairs, a blonde head peeks around the corner.
Is that you, big bro?
Why are you in my bedroom?
I pause at the top of the stairs. This is upstairs.
Okay.
They didn't have that many backdrops.
That's fair.
Hey, I didn't know you were home. Nikki grins
Is it
mischievously.
because for once I wasn't slaving away in the kitchen waiting for you to come back?
A little bit, but it's not a bad thing. A good woman should know her place. No, it was way too quiet, or you're like the waifu I didn't ask for.
Oof.
Oof. That's a me roll.
Bottom to top.
On the top.
Oh, goodness.
That's a 6, which is 2. No, it was way too quiet. That's a decent choice.
Yeah.
Kinda was hoping for, you're the waifu I didn't ask for.
Same.
Alright. We're going for it. No, nothing like that. There's just no way the house can be this quiet if you're home.
Hey!
What?
I'm always quiet.
Is this what you'd call quiet?
It was quiet before you got home, which means you're the one who brings the noise.
I bring the thunder!
Big grins.
Anyway, before you so rudely distracted me, I had a question for you.
What is it?
Can you give me a ride to the beach tomorrow?
Perfect.
I believe her. How did you know I was going to the beach?
Because tomorrow is Umiko's festival?
How do you know about that? Nikki stares at me as if I have two heads.
Because I live in Isokaze. Did you know about this?
Not exactly. Sho didn't specify why we were going to the beach when he invited me.
And you didn't bother to ask.
Do I really need a reason to go to the beach?
That is fair and valid.
Fair point. Well, if you want to know, tomorrow is a festival to honor Umiko, the protector of Isokaze. A long time ago, the Dragon King threatened to drown the island if Umiko didn't marry him. So when she agreed to live with him in his underwater castle, she stole his magical pearl and now uses it to control the waves.
Huh, that's pretty cool. How did you learn about this?
You know I've always loved mythologies.
You think she's
That's
a
true.
mermaid? She totally thinks she's a mermaid.
So, can you take me or not?
Sure, I'll be leaving at 10:45. Face falls.
Oh,
So late.
Why? Oh.
well, my friends aren't going to be there until later.
Oh.
So hitch a ride with them.
I don't really feel comfortable asking them.
Why?
Fine, then you can come with me.
But you're going so early.
Then take the bus.
When I said early, I actually meant that's perfect.
That's what I thought. Nikki cranes her neck to peek down the stairs behind
You
me.
hungry yet?
Yeah, a bit.
Me too. Come on, let's go downstairs and see what we have.
She moves past me and flies down the stairs. I follow her slowly. Nikki and I whip up a quick dinner. Then I spend the rest of the night looking up more information about the festival before going to bed. Flip around in bed, too excited to settle down before finally drifting off to sleep. There just needs to be a compilation of us dancing as soon as the fucking alarm goes off. We do it every time.
We really do. We love that alarm.
I need to figure out if I can get that theme song as my alarm.
That'd be great.
I wake up energized and throw off the blankets before getting dressed. Since we're going directly to the beach, I decided to just wear my swim trunks and a shirt.
So excited to see these girls in swimsuits.
Nikki is waiting for me downstairs. She's wearing a cover-up and has a bag slung over her shoulder.
Finally.
That's her regular outfit. Hey, I'm on time for once.
So, I've been awake for at least an hour.
Weren't you the one complaining about us leaving early? How'd you get up so early? Nikki beams and fidgets with his
How could I sleep when I have such a fun day ahead of me?
The bag jostles as she fidgets. Well, what's in the bag?
Just beach stuff, extra clothes, towels, sunscreen, you know.
Are you telling me you're bringing more than literally the clothes on your back? Because that's how I always do it. That's actually pretty smart.
I know.
Nikki pushes me towards the door.
Come on, let's go already.
All right, let me grab my keys.
Yeah, no breakfast or anything.
After collecting my things, Nikki and I climb on my bike and we hit the road. Because it's totally safe for me to just be wearing shorts on a bike.
Yeah, people wear shorts on bikes all the time. They'll be fine.
It's a dumb move.
It is.
It's a really dumb move.
It is, but they do it anyway.
Wear proper, at least wear jeans. At least wear jeans if you're going to be riding on a bike. Wear something that'll protect your outside layer if you fall. Nikki hops off my bike as soon as I park and sprints towards the sand. Wait. She either doesn't hear me or ignores me. Of course, that means I'm stuck carrying all the stuff.
Of course.
With a sigh, I sling the bag over my shoulder and follow her. As I walk on the sand where I harvest my grain, I look at my wife and realize she's very plain, but that's just perfect for an Amish like me. You know we shouldn't fancy things like electricity. I used to know the entire Amish Paradise. I could used to sing like 90% of Weird Al parodies,
Same.
and I knew them better than the original songs.
Same.
That was just a thing you did as a kid.
Yeah. This is because Weird Al is just, he's good.
He's Weird Al. I mean, you fucking listen, like, it was everything. It was everything. He was everywhere. As I walk on the sand, I scan the beach for my friends, but I don't see anyone I recognize. We must be the first ones here.
Oh, son, I've missed you.
We had sun back at home, too.
It's not the same.
What a mood.
It's the rising sun here. Because we're in Japan. She continues to skip and dance in the sand and spins in a cartwheel. She grins at me. Let Nikki have her fun. You call that a cartwheel, or it's like having a puppy. Bottom to top.
Is that how you feel about me, Paladin?
Sometimes.
1.
It's like having a puppy.
Perfect.
I did say bottom to top.
Good.
Oh no, we're overriding our memories of Broseph.
No, Broseph!
We'll just have to make new ones.
We will. Oh, Paladin!
What?
It's like that one movie! The one I keep thinking, every time I think about it, I think about Big Hero 6, and I know it's not Big Hero 6, but I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, are you talking about
What was the name of it?
Upgrade or whatever it was?
Yeah.
What was it called? Upgrade?
I don't know.
That one that is, it's the robot. It's the robot.
It's about this girl who hates robots, but everything is robots.
I want to say it's called Upgrade, and it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
I'm looking it up. We should watch that movie. Yeah, it's such a good movie.
It's like having a puppy. Sorry, no, I was making a drink. That's what was taking us so long. I wasn't waiting for anything. I hated going outside at work. Started sweating in between my butt cheeks. Dude, I sweat at work inside. That's how bad, like, our AC, we literally had to strap a heat lamp to our AC's heat, temperature unit so that it would actually turn the AC on in the middle of the summer. It's ridiculous. I wait for Nikki to get tired, but she seems to have endless energy. Nikki? She laughs and does another cartwheel.
Come on, come join me, bro.
We should set up.
We can do that later.
She pauses, then grins mischievously.
Or maybe you don't know how to do cartwheels.
I know how.
Prove it.
Okay or no? Evens and odds.
Evens and odds. Even odds.
That's a 14. That's okay. We're gonna try and cartwheel.
Oof.
Biggest oof. Can I access that menu by right-clicking? Oh, thank you. I've been hitting the escape key, but I keep forgetting like common visual novel like niceties, like being able to right-click for choices, like to save. Are you still looking for the movie?
I'm still looking for the movie.
I'm pretty sure it's called Upgrade,
I couldn't find it under upgrade. They either deleted it or it's not called upgrade.
or maybe Overclock. I don't know. It's a single-word movie. It's an animated feature, and it's got a robot. I just disconnected. Something just disconnected. I don't know what it was. Do it! Alright then, stand back and let the master show you how it's done. I kick off my shoes and drop the bag. Wheeling my arms, I push my legs off to the ground and lift them into the air. They almost make it halfway before losing momentum, and I fall on my side off balance. Nikki's laugh rings in my ears.
Good one, bro. You really showed me.
It worked better in my
Next
head.
gen.
Next gen, that's what it was
gen.
The
called.
rest of you
Oh, it was
understood physics
so
as well as your head
good.
does.
That was just a random one we found on Netflix,
Yeah.
and we watched it outside at my parents' house, and it was nice and cold, but they had that really nice TV, and we were
sitting
bundled
in
up.
front of in between little fire stick things.
Yeah, in between the little heating units, and there was a nice cold breeze, and we were drinking drinks.
Hot chocolate.
Oh yeah, we were drinking
Not
hot
good.
chocolate.
Not good hot chocolate.
Not good hot chocolate at
Really
all.
shitty hot chocolate.
It was like it was the LaCroix. It was the LaCroix of hot chocolates.
It's because it was Starbucks hot chocolate in a K-cup. That's why it was so bad.
It was very bad. If only the rest of you understood physics as well as your head does. So we both catch our breath. Nikki glances at the forgotten bag.
Let's just set up here.
Okay. We each lay out a towel from the bag. Nikki pulls her cover up over her head, revealing a frilly two-piece.
Fucking better. Yes!
Yes. Where's the rest of your swimsuit? The ultimate brother thing. You're wearing something sensible, or don't comment on it.
Cutie. What a cutie.
Bottom to top.
3.
Perfect.
Where's the rest of your swimsuit? You're showing your ankles like a hussy.
Fuck the ankles. Look at those wrists.
You're right. You're right. I didn't even comment on it.
Her entire elbow is out. Like, what in the actual hell?
And the navel.
Okay, that's all great and well, but shoulders, Paladin. The shoulders.
Hold on. Is there any way to tell if this is a spaghetti strap or not? Can I get rid of these so I can see? Hold on. Put your arms down by your sides. Does it reach down to your? Does your skirt reach down to your fingertips? Reroll. There's a reroll.
Well, how dare you?
Do you want to veto him?
Yes.
Oh, there's a veto. I'm gonna veto you.
Why?
Because I think it's hilarious.
Okay, fine. Reroll it then.
Now we're both out of vetoes.
I'm out of everything.
Which is gonna screw us in the end whenever somebody
out of
decides to like
everything.
do something else. All right. Oh no, you have to roll. You have to
Oh,
roll.
you're right.
It's still bottom to top because we got to re-roll.
1.
Don't comment on it. The most boring choice of all. Only I have a re-roll left, and I don't care. Don't comment on it. I'm glad I'm glad Nikki chose a sensible swimsuit. Sometimes it's hard to remember she's in high school, but it's only natural that she'll be wearing clothes that start to reflect that. At least she still has a sense of modesty. It is a spaghetti strap. The heathen.
Most swimsuits are spaghetti straps.
I know, but she could have at least been sensible and wore a burkini like a real
A
person.
burkini?
You know what a burkini is, right?
No. Yes, maybe?
It is.
Is it the one I have?
No, a burkini is a swimsuit that is also a burqa.
Oh, okay.
Religious Muslim women can still enjoy the beach while also following the practices of their religion.
That's cool.
It's a very nice, inclusive thing, and people got pissed off when they saw people wearing them because the world is full of assholes.
Fuck you guys. These are adorable.
Just let the women wear what they like.
I mean, honestly, I am digging this fashion.
It's a really cool thing because it fits entirely within their within what they're supposed to wear religiously as a burqa, but it's entirely swimmable, so they can still go and enjoy the beach like a regular person without having to actively conform to what the world wants, and they can wear what's comfortable for them based off of their religion. I feel like a lot of people misunderstand what the burqa and the hijab and all that is. That is not oppression by any means.
It makes women feel confident by some women feel more confident in their bodies with modesty. Some people feel more confident showing off more skin, and some people feel more confident specifically by wearing this to worship their god. That is...
Let the people do what they want to do to be comfortable. I think there's always the phrasing let them be happy, that the other thing. My constant phrase is let somebody be comfortable. Let somebody else be comfortable. If what somebody else is doing is not making you comfortable, don't make them change. Go somewhere else. Find your own comfortability, but don't take away somebody else's comfortable.
Unless they're doing it just to strictly be antagonistic. Fuck those people over. If their comfort zone is going out of their way to fuck you over, fuck those people over.
That's also true. There's certain obviously there's a gray zone for everything, but my main
they're not hurting anyone by covering their skin.
Exactly.
If anything, they're preventing skin cancer.
Hey! It's Mayu and Sho.
She does got big titties.
A breathless Sho stands before us, carrying a large umbrella. Mayu stands beside him. Hey, Sho, did you run all the way over here? He continues to gasp, so Mayu answers for him.
Yeah, he saw you from the car and raced down here to say hi.
I mean, if it makes them comfortable, go for it. If you're uncomfortable with it, don't look. They're not hurting anybody by doing that.
I mean, there are literally nude beaches so that you're not breaking any laws by being comfortable and naked.
That's the other thing, is don't break any laws to be comfortable. Laws exist, follow them, unless it's a law that actively harms somebody else.
By the way, don't forget, September 20th, we're totally breaking the aliens out of jail. Yep, the aliens.
The sad part about that phrasing is that if you're actually talking about the thing where people are deciding to use the Area 51 to cover up to break into ICE, a good chunk of the people in there are actually not aliens. They're people with passports who have been detained because their skin is brown.
Yeah.
That really... we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it.
I like my country like how I like my country like how I like my milk. No ice.
No ice. And not watered down. You didn't
I
have
thought
to...
I saw you with another cute girl and had to get a closer look to be sure.
Don't. We already had this conversation.
Nikki giggles.
So.
I instinctively take a step in front of her.
Aren't you gonna introduce me?
No. We're not.
Don't hit on my sister, or do you value your life? No, or do I need to whoop your ass again? I love all of these except for no. I might use my reroll here.
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Let's see what we get. I like all of these except for no. One. Don't hit on my sister.
Man, I liked Do You Value My Life?
I like Do You Value Your Life better too. So much so, I'm willing to use my reroll.
Alright. Are you gonna veto it? You
Paranoia is the only one that has a veto left. So we'll save and see if he wants to veto my reroll. But I don't want Don't Hit on My Sister. I want Do You Value Your Life, or Do I Need to Whoop Your Ass Again? Those are the two that I'm after.
Yeah.
But Do You Value Your Life is so much better to me.
It is. She's so cute. She has really big tits. I wish I could find that audio. I love that audio.
There's an audio that's just...
There's a TikTok audio out there which is just some musical, and the very last bit is, she has really big tits.
Is it from like the Heathers or something?
No, it's not. I think it's the same person who made the audio of, she's really good.
Well, doesn't look like anybody's gonna stop me, so I'm re-rolling.
Re-roll the shit out of
Still
that.
top to bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, come on. Does the main character have a sister complex? No, but we're also an older brother. We got a 19, which is, do I need to whoop your ass again?
Perfect.
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? He does not have a sister complex. In fact, your sister is one of the few female characters that is not a dateable option in this game. Because why the fuck would you want to date your sister, you sick fuck?
There's actually, Mayu has a non-romantic route. Did you guys know that? I know I mentioned it in one stream, but I didn't know if you were
That's
here or
kinda
not.
cool.
Yeah, Mayu has a romantic and non-romantic route.
I like that that exists.
Yeah, she's the only one that exists for, but...
Remember what happened the last time you talked about my sister like that? I was trying to make it sound menacing. I'm pretty sure we just actively cracked our knuckles into the microphone, which by itself is the most disgusting sound in the world. There's a thing that there's a podcast that Rooster Teeth does every year for when they do a live show, right?
Yeah.
Anytime they do a live show podcast, the first thing they ask everybody in the crowd to do is crack their knuckles on the count of 3.
Oh my goodness.
Because have you ever heard a room of 500 people crack their knuckles all at the same time?
No.
It's disgusting. You can almost kind of hear it pick it up on the
sounds
microphones,
terrifying.
but every single time they're like, all right, on the count of 3, crack your knuckles. 1, 2, 3, and you hear crack, and everybody on the stage goes, "Ooh." Every time. It's the worst sound.
I never think about cracking knuckles as disgusting until someone says it's something about it being disgusting.
I don't think about it either, but imagine hearing like even 100 people crack their knuckles at the same time.
That's fair.
Your sister? Sorry, I didn't know.
I watch him warily as Nikki steps forward.
Don't mind him. I'm Nikki.
I'm Sho, and this is Mayu.
He glances at Mayu, who's been standing yeah, she is not. Mayu is not happy. Then balks at the pout on her face.
Huh? What's wrong?
She sighs.
Nothing.
Ooh, that's a strong silence.
Oh!
That is a loud silence right there.
It is. It is.
Oh, did you want to introduce yourself? Sorry about that.
Oh, show.
Show, you dense motherfucker. She sighs again.
No, that's not it.
Show scratches the back of his head.
Huh? Then what is it?
Oh, come on, man. She continues to pout.
It's nothing.
There it is. There's the phrase. Nikki leans over to me and whispers.
They make an adorable couple.
I blink. A couple? Show glances back at us.
Us? No, we're just friends.
Da, na, na, na. It's the fucking the Return to Xanarchy music. Dun, 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 dun. You know the song I'm talking about, right? I'll pull it up really quick.
We're gonna watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it. It's just a song.
Oh.
It is the memey sad song that a lot of people play. It's the really memey Final Fantasy X song that everybody
I feel like
plays.
I know it. That, yeah.
It's just a slow zoom in on her face as it goes grayscale. And then you see the words, "No, we're just friends," like float by. We're just gonna leave this until the end of this. No, we're not. That's. We're already gonna get a copyright flag for that. Mayu sighs again.
Yeah, just friends.
Oof.
That video go. Just pull it up again for
You
that.
should have kept it going.
I should have kept it going for this entire scene. Nikki leans over and whispers again.
He's so clueless.
Then she hits my arm. Hey!
Also, you weren't supposed to say that so loudly. What's the point of whispering if you're just going to blurt it out?
I rub at the sore spot. When did you get so strong? Suddenly we hear a shout in the distance. Following the source of the sound, I glance over and see Kaori hovering over a cowering man. Because of course she is. He has his hands up defensively. Kaori snatches a camera out of his hands, fidgets with it, and throws it back at him. The man scoops up the camera, stumbles to his feet, and runs away.
That's what you get for sneaking pictures of women.
As the man flees, Kaori walks towards the water before chucking something into the waves. We stare dumbfounded, watching the scene unfold. Kaori spots us and turns away from the water and stomps towards us. We practically see the steam rising out of her ears. Show size.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
Hear that fucking music? Mayu nods.
Aren't you overreacting a little?
Nikki's voice wavers as Kaori approaches, betraying her confidence. Oh, she's cute.
Aww.
Hey, Kaori.
Can you believe that guy?
Her voice trembles from anger. What happened?
That pervert was taking pictures of younger girls. I made him promise never to do it again. Then took out his memory card and threw it into the ocean for good measure.
And a girl. And a girl.
Nikki eyes Kaori with wonder, then elbows me.
Wow, she's not scary at all. At least not like you described her.
Oh no. Why would you do this to me, Nikki? Kaori whirls on me, a fierce scowl plastered on her face. When she notices Nikki, her expression softens to one of curiosity.
Who?
Whoops. Nikki beams.
Oh, I'm Nikki.
Kaori continues to stare until Nikki points to
His
me.
sister.
Kaori raises an eyebrow.
Really? Wow, you're lucky. You two look nothing alike.
Bitch, we look
Hey.
exactly alike.
Thanks. Thanks. We answer simultaneously. Nikki and I blink at each other in surprise, then speak at the same time.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
What's that supposed to mean? Joe laughs.
I'm pretty sure Kaori meant Nikki's lucky she doesn't look like you.
Thanks for having my back, bro.
No problem, Broseph.
Can I say that my pronouns are brosif?
100%.
My pronouns are now brosif.
I don't have
I like
pronouns.
Cowdy.
Don't refer to me.
I forgot. It's one of my favorites. I have slipped Goncho into my regular everyday speech.
We need to get out of that goddamn desert.
I could it was
Our D&D group has been in the desert for too long.
it hasn't even been all that long. It's been like you guys have been in the
It's been
desert.
like 5 sessions.
It's been 5 sessions. Has it?
It's been 4 sessions.
It's been like 4 sessions.
That's a lot of sessions in the desert.
It is. It's been a month. You guys have
He
spent a
made
month.
up his own Sir, Ma'am, Madam, and it's Goncho,
Goncha,
Gotcha, and
Gone, and Ghana.
He made it up.
I have
Just using it now.
I have called somebody at work Goncho. I don't think. Yes, it was. He was on his way. He was on his way out. I didn't realize I had said it until later. But on his way, on the way out, I was walking back into the store. I said, "Yeah, have a good one, Goncho." And I didn't look back, but I was like, "Fuck, don't look back. Let him think it's real."
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But it works because, yes, I understand that Goncho is a masculine term, but because it's made up, anybody can be Goncho,
That is fair.
which means it is truly the most gender neutral way to refer to a group of people.
Oh,
Goncho.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Kaori stammers out her reply as her cheeks tinge pink.
Oh! Thanks.
Hey, everyone.
Yuna! Oh, she's adorable.
Oh.
She also has big boobs,
Yeah, she has the biggest boobs in the party.
which clearly makes her the healer.
Obviously.
She is the support. She was the one that got us the thing. We collectively turn. Oh, that means we're gonna see what's her name too. Having fun.
Yeah, I'm a healer, right?
You do have.
Double D's, bitches.
I was also going to say you do have that that rest song, and you have several healing abilities as a bard as well.
Yeah,
You can also
Juana's
get-
not a mammal, so she doesn't have titties.
She doesn't. But my
I
voice.
made sure to include that in her design.
Never before have I been so thankful that the bikini was invented. Judging by the silence, everyone is as entranced as I am. Yuna fidgets under our gaze and automatically wraps her arm around herself.
Is everything all right?
Like everyone else, Nikki's gaze is fixated on Yuna. She looks down at her own chest, then back at Yuna's, and sighs.
Life is so unfair.
What?
Kaori snaps back to reality. Up, there goes gravity. Every time. She got closer to the screen and hit me.
Stop being a pervert!
I saw you looking, or don't be jealous, or what's with the hitting? What's with the hitting? Top to bottom. Yeah, just the shitty little like xylophone music.
What was it?
Top to bottom.
1.
I saw you looking.
No one else has a read.
Nobody else has a read. Well, somebody else new joined chat. New person who has joined chat. This is DnDating Sim. Huh?
Don't even tell them. This is too funny.
No, it's fair to the rules. We roll for all of our choices, but everybody in chat gets one re-roll for the night. Technically, if they hadn't shown up, everyone would have gotten their re-roll back because it's only just now hit an hour.
That's fair.
But anyway, if you would like to re-roll a choice, you just have to type re-roll in chat. You can also veto somebody else's re-roll. If you're,
Nobody has any left.
yeah, if you veto somebody's re-roll, they get their re-roll back. But you still use up your veto, but the original roll stands. Okay.
Anyway, so one of Yuna's stop. I have something to tell you, and it's funny.
Fine, hold on.
Okay, so one of Yuna's like character descriptions, they have like they have little descriptions of things. It says one of them is bilingual dialogue, birds of a feather, the city versus the country, cute sports club manager. This one of them is called D-Cup Distress.
D-Cup Distress?
She's probably the most well-endowed among Tristan's female friends. And
Oh, right, I forgot. The main character's real name is Tristan.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that.
And doesn't like it when people draw attention to them. I just want you to know this is the official stream, the official Steam description. And doesn't like it when people draw attention.
And
to them.
doesn't?
And doesn't.
Oh, I mean, I'm still not 100% sure this group's, English is this group's first language.
That's fair.
Alright, doesn't look like anybody else is gonna say anything. I'm going to assume, however, that nobody else is playing, in which case everybody here gets their re-rolls back. But not their vetoes. Vetoes are done. Paranoia still has a veto, but the rest of us now all have our re-rolls back as well. You're staring too.
No?
Her cheeks flare, betraying her guilt.
I wouldn't do something like that!
Yuna tries to cover up, clearly mortified.
You guys.
Sho stands in a daze until Mayu pokes her.
I see.
She is not having a good time today.
She glances down and shuffles her feet.
So that's what you like.
Oof.
No,
These
that's
sea
not
cups
it.
just don't
I like
hold
yours
up.
too.
I like yours too. Mayu looks up at Sho with wide eyes, then covers herself with her hands.
Stop looking!
I love those two together so much.
Right?
I also like
They
that we
even
have.
match.
I also like that, like, straight down the middle, we have this like nice red versus blue divide, including like hair colors,
Which means we're probably wearing a blue suit. We're all probably gonna play volleyball.
which means we're nice and well. No, we still haven't gotten Veronica.
Right, Veronica's coming.
Sho's face burns red and he trips over his words.
Wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. I promise. I'm not looking.
Mayu continues to stare at him with doe eyes.
But not because yours aren't good. Because they're great.
You've dug a hole, Sho. Kaori marches over and whacks Sho at the back of the head.
Ow.
She hovers protectively over Mayu.
Come on, Mayu.
I'm sure she totally hovers protectively over Mayu.
Stop.
You don't want me to hover protectively over you, Paladin?
No, thank you.
You sure?
I can hover protectively over myself.
Who's gonna click? If you're covering the titties, and I'm covering the titties, then who's flying this stream?
You're being so rude, big bro. You didn't even introduce me to your friend.
Alright, that's my sister, Nikki. Yuna smiles, clearly relieved.
I'm Yuna. Nice to meet you.
That's Paladin, everybody.
Well, both my hands were busy. I had to do something.
Nice to meet you too.
Does that mean we could
Sorry
technically
about
label
earlier.
this stream as a foot fetish stream now too?
I mean, technically, my cleavage and your foot was in the same shot, so.
Maybe some people like disgustingly hairy feet. I'm the
You could
tallest
always
hobbit
shave
you've
them.
ever met.
You could always shave.
That sounds worse. Who wants a foot with 5 o'clock shadow?
You could nair it.
Listen, I don't know what neutral airing has to do with this situation. But we're not playing a fighting game right now. We're playing Ace Academy.
I mean, technically, this is a fighting game. We fight with Max.
We do fight with mechs, but it's more of a virtual novel.
It's fine. So, where are we sitting?
About to answer when when a sudden weight of my back throws me off balance. 2 weights to be, in fact. Don't fall.
Ah!
I catch whoever's on my back as 2 slender arms snake around my neck. A lock of blonde hair falls before my eyes as Valerie presses her cheek against me.
Did you miss me?
Of course she wears that kind of swimsuit. Carrie marches over and confronts Valerie before I can respond.
What do you think you're doing?
Claiming my spot.
Nikki crosses her arm and pouts at Valerie.
Do you always jump on the first guy you see?
I'm surprised I'm surprised by the disapproval dripping in her voice. Valerie slides off me and gives me a wink.
Just the cute ones.
Oh, Paladin. Look at all these cute girls we don't give a fuck about.
As I-
And our boys!
Look at all these cute girls. Have the screen pan across. Look at all these cute girls we don't care about. And the boy!
Boy!
Show grins.
Then you should have jumped on me
His
instead.
smile melts my heart.
She presses a finger to her lips and looks innocently at Show.
Oh, I thought Mayu would have already done that.
Ah, everybody fucking ships him and I love it.
We're just friends.
Maya tries to hide the blush from her face while Show interjects. Valerie grins impishly.
Oh, well, if that's the case.
So
Oh
chaotic.
no, she's gonna fucking
So
instigate.
fucking chaotic.
She jumps back to her
Get
feet.
ready, because you're next.
What?
she on the floor?
Are you serious?
I think she sat down on the
Ah.
with the blankets. Show's face is a mixture of trepidation and hope as Valerie renders herself to leap.
Oh!
Everyone stares at Mayu, who is frozen, stunned by her own outburst.
I mean...
Her cheeks steadily burn red as she struggles to find her words. Valerie laughs and pats Mayu on the head.
I was just kidding. No need to get so worked up.
Your titties are bigger than hers anyway.
Mayu pouts.
I wasn't worked up.
It's just like every anime beach episode. She gently moves away from Valerie, whose gaze is now firmly fixed on Yuna.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Valerie hops closer to Yuna and leans towards her chest.
Where have you been hiding these this whole time?
Where have you been hiding these? Mayu's mouth hangs open in shock.
I would
Or
like to
Yuna's.
know this too.
Carrie bats Show on the arm.
Stop being a pervert!
Ow! I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yuna desperately trying to cover
Can we
herself.
please focus on something else? Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Me too.
We're at the beach. This is all we ever need to focus about. The beach is the one place where everybody is technically allowed to wear what they normally wear as underwear.
Sure.
Show seems reluctant in his agreement.
So, where are we going to sit?
Oh, Nikki and I already started setting it up right
It's
here.
not too close and not too far from the water.
Sounds good to me.
Everyone nods and begins to lay out their towels. We're lounging on our towels, enjoying the sun, when a sharp squeal interrupts the tranquility. Oh, Nikki's girls. Nikki bolts upright and waves to her friends as they race toward her.
You're here.
And they're wearing their school uniforms because they only ever made one outline.
Of course. We said we were going to be here, didn't we?
Their friend lowers her voice.
Are you hanging out with your brother?
Uh-oh.
Yeah? Oh, is he going to come with us to the temple? No.
Aw, why not?
He's busy.
Why is it that we both have friends that are lusting after each other's, like, siblings? The two girls stare at me.
He doesn't look busy.
One of the friends kneels down and grabs my arm. Hey!
You should come. It'll be so fun.
The other friend grabs my other arm.
Yeah, you can walk with me.
What? No, I got here first.
Oh, not again.
So, he obviously prefers me.
No, What is wrong with you two?
Nikki steps in and grabs the two girls off of me. They blink at her in surprise.
I don't understand. Didn't you say you and he don't? Yes. Then why are you so upset? Because he's my brother.
Are you still looking
She
for?
has really big tits.
Oh.
The audio.
They looked at each other and seemed to come to an understanding.
Oh, he doesn't know.
Huh?
You're meeting boys.
What don't I know?
That Nikki really...
Nikki clasps her hands over her friend's mouth.
What a couple of weirdos. Am I right?
Oh, don't. No. No, Nikki, no. Bad girl. She pulls the girls roughly to their feet, much to their dismay, and pushes them away from me.
Gee, look at the time. We better get going. I'll get a ride back with these two, so I'll see you at home. Bye.
We're not dating our sister. I hear a faint protest from Nikki's friends as she hurries them away.
Look, Paladin, what I heard is that she's trying to not let us know she has a boyfriend. That's what I heard.
Oh, okay.
That's what my heart hears. She does not want to date us. She's trying to hide the fact that she has a boyfriend.
She is home late a lot of the time,
She is.
and she leaves really early in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense that she would have a boyfriend,
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't want us to know about it.
I say as I drink more of my $20 whiskey.
No side.
That's a good amount.
Oh, wow, that is a good amount. I'm proud of you. That's only 2 shots.
2 shots of vodka.
Look. 2 shots of nondescript cola. Look. Can it? Oh.
No.
Meanwhile, my friends have been eerily silent. The music is gone and everything.
Hesitantly, I glance over to a circle of frowns.
What?
What?
I had no idea you were so popular.
Yuna's bright eyes are dulled with disapproval. I don't know why they like me so much.
Do you know how old those girls are? Creep.
I don't get to control what they like. It came on to me. I look around for a friendly face and my gaze lands on Sho. Come on, Sho, buddy, you're with me,
I
right?
misjudged you.
Motherfuck, I'm not the one that's doing this. I can't tell if he means that in a good way or a bad way. Mayu watches me silently. I can't tell what she's thinking. Valerie latches onto my arm.
You know, if you wanted a younger girl, you only had to ask.
She's a freshman, isn't she?
You, haha, I like them older or ask who. Yeah, I think she is a freshman.
Remember that bitch.
Because we found her in our freshman orientation class, didn't we?
Yeah. Number that
Oh,
bitch.
right, I have to number, I don't roll. Bottom to top.
1.
I like them older. I like them big. I like them chunky.
I like them big, I like them milky.
Giga Milk.
Giga!
You know what's the only thing that's bigger than Giga Milk? Cow.
Cow. You right. You
I'm
right.
not,
I've seen Cow. She's gorgeous. Looking it up.
Because there's an entire like string.
Yeah.
It's mini milk, lactose intolerant, milk, mega milk, giga milk, and cow.
I'll send it to the not safe for work memes.
Yeah, that's a good not safe for work meme. I know it's like the entire thing is supposed to be a post about like
Titty size.
about titty size and like sexualization, but I just want to hug and protect Mini Milk. She's so
Right?
adorable.
She's just a baby. Ooh, I love me some big girls though. Cause Cow, voice.
Yep.
She got them hips. She got that tummy.
All right, doesn't seem like anybody doesn't care, so.
No!
What?
No!
Oh no! Why would they do
I'm
this?
sending that one too.
Don't send that one to the chat. Just send that one directly to Sora.
So that would have. Why to Sora?
Not Sora here. I guess our friend. Screams into the void.
Oh yes. I was like, Sora's not here.
I keep forgetting they stopped going by Sora again, because their name is still Sora on Facebook.
Anyway.
I wouldn't send that to Sora, by the way. That would be a no. That would be a no.
I'll send it to our porn chat.
You have a porn chat?
Yeah, with Sora.
Of course you do. Valerie drops my.
It used to be
Past
called,
its
it
prime.
was called Hose and Hoverboards because it started because Hannah kept sending a bunch of us pictures from a porn she just happened to stumble upon on Reddit.
Oh.
This guy was okay, the story went like this guy couldn't afford a hoverboard, so instead of making him pay for it, he was just like, I'll give you the hoverboard if you let me fuck your wife. And he's like, okay, if I get to watch. So he's naked, wearing only a helmet and riding the hoverboard around the bed while this man is fucking his wife.
Oh, you're talking about an actual porn video.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I assumed you were talking about like a really, really weird like
no, it's an actual
hentai,
porn video.
and the hoverboard was not like one of those weird, stupid two-wheeled swag boards, but was an actual hoverboard. I was like, why did they bother to add the man on the hoverboard? I've only seen like a slight point, but apparently I've seen the very beginning of a porn where it's this girl who has a massive ass and giant tits, and she's wearing the tiniest bikini in the world on a hoverboard, being chased by somebody in one of those giant inflatable T-Rex costumes, also on a hoverboard.
I've seen that. It's hilarious.
I've only ever seen the very beginning of it, and I'm just like, is this humanity? Is this what we've done?
Anyway, the name of our porn chat is The Final Come Down.
The final come down. The silence is awkward. So, the beach. How about we go swimming? My brightens at the idea.
Swimming!
She grabs Sho and races towards the water. Sho stumbles behind her.
Hey, slow down!
Look at that pout. Did you see that pout, by the way?
No, I didn't.
Valerie was pouting.
Aw.
Kaori and Valerie glance at each other, then grin and jump to their feet. They speed behind the pair and leap into the water with glee.
They're so
Hey, wait for us! Yuna and I follow behind. When we reach the shore, I slowly wade into the sea and enjoy how the water cools my hot skin.
Come on, Yuna. What are you waiting for?
Yuna doesn't know how to swim. Yuna sticks towards the shore and watches nervously as the water laps at her knees.
That's okay. I'll just stay here.
She doesn't know how to swim.
Do you know how to swim?
It's a common thing in Japan.
But they're on an island.
Yeah.
Sho and Mayu swim over and stand next to Kaori.
What is it then?
At least it's a common trope.
That's fair.
It's a common trope in anime that at least one
That's
character
fair.
doesn't
It
know how to
always
swim.
makes good beach episodes. When
Don't
someone can't
worry
swim.
about it. I'm very happy right here.
Aw, hanging out by yourself is no fun.
The water and I don't really get along well.
Are you scared? Here, you can walk with me.
Mayu stretches out her hand and smiles encouragingly at Yuna.
Well, it's more like...
Yeah. Yuna plunges face first into the water and disappears below the waves. Yuna! Everyone lunges toward her, and as she resurfaces, her back toward us. Yuna, are you okay? Oh no.
Oh no.
Her top has fallen off. Something floats in front of her,
Oh.
which she snatches out of the water and presses to her chest. Her head is lowered and her shoulders slumped as she struggles to simultaneously hide herself and retie her bikini top at the same time. Mayu clamps a hand over Sho's eyes.
Don't look.
Offer to help or stay put. Ooh, we got our rebowls back. What do we do?
Odds evens.
That's a 9. We are currently offering to help.
I don't know. I don't think there's a good answer to this.
I think the respectable thing to do is to stay put.
Yeah.
I might use my reroll here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Go for it.
I'm using my reroll here, unless somebody wants to stop me.
We're not even on her route. Don't matter. But do it.
It does matter though.
That's fair.
It always matters.
That's fair. I love this derpy music so much. It makes me so happy.
Nobody's stopping my reroll. I'm
Yeah.
rerolling. It was odds evens.
Yep.
3. We're still offering to help.
Oof. Sorry for your wasted reroll.
Oh, he vetoed my reroll, so
Oh.
it technically doesn't count.
Oh, well. It was odd anyway, so.
It was odd anyway, so offer to help.
No, now nobody has reroll.
Now nobody has vetoes. I keep forgetting that our stream is on a longer timer.
Yeah.
So Paranoid
We'll
doesn't
work
see
on
these
that.
until
We'll
like
work on it.
longer. Well, it's just next time that we stream, we won't.
I mean, for
have that.
today, we'll work on it.
Yeah. Well, the veto is a thing, so I guess we're offering to help. Do you need help putting it back on? The sound is a lot less. That sounded a lot less creepy in my head. I mean, you seem to have trouble with the knots. I promise I'm not trying to look.
No, I've got it.
She shies away from me and uses her hair to shield her body as much as possible. I better leave her to it before things get out of hand. Okay, sorry. Valerie is nearly doubling over on the beach, her squeals of laughter adding to the commotion. Rip off her top and see how she likes it.
She would be fine with it.
She must have snuck behind Yuna while we were all distracted and pushed her in. Cowrie stalks back to the beach and stands in front of Valerie.
Why would you do that?
Yuna looked like she could use a little push to get into the water, so I gave her one.
I bet you did it because
This
you
is
knew
this is
exactly what would
lawful
happen.
good versus chaotic evil.
Right?
That's all these two are. It's lawful good
Really
versus
great.
chaotic evil.
It's really wonderful.
I did not. But I won't lie and say it isn't hilarious.
It'll
What
be
if
better
she
for
didn't
the
know how to
next stream.
swim?
I'm sorry,
She could have
Paranoid
gotten
DJ.
really hurt.
It's right against the beach. Completely shallow waters.
Still, it's dangerous because you can't prepare yourself. Cowrie!
May,
Oh, we do get to meet her.
a figure with long dark hair, leaps into Cowrie's back, holding her in a hug.
Look at that side titty.
Cowrie windmills her arms, trying to catch her balance, but topples into the water. Cowrie pushes May off of her and wipes the water out of her eyes.
You can't just push people into the water! Why don't you people understand this?
Anyway, there's childhood best friend that we finally get to meet.
Valerie is clutching her stomach in laughter.
So good.
May just smiles and cocks her head
It's
to the
good to
side.
see you too.
That's not what I said!
Valerie finally catches her breath and wades over to May.
Nice
This
one.
bisexual bitch is just...
This girl or this girl?
Valerie is a bisexual bitch.
I can see it.
She's
Thanks.
100%.
I'm May. Valerie.
May glances at the rest of us, who
She
have
gave
been
May.
observing in silence, trying to process the scene. Mayu coughs awkwardly.
I'm Mayu, and this is Sho.
Damn it, show.
Sho is very obviously trying to process May's ample assets, but at the sound of his name, he snaps back to reality. Up there goes gravity.
They do say that a lot.
They say it a lot. Mayu also seems to be sizing up May.
I'm Yuna.
Who's your
Push
bigger?
Cowrie into the water push. She's a sourpuss. I mean, it happens in a second. You'll see it in a second, Paranoia. Did you say who's are bigger?
Yeah, who's
I think they're
bigger?
both even. And I'm Kevin.
Hers look bigger because of the side boob.
Mai graces us with a broad smile.
It's nice to meet you all. Kaori, when did you make so many friends?
And now, you're leaving.
But I only just met everyone.
Don't you have your own friends to hang out with?
I am hanging out with my friend.
That's not...
A jet of water splashes Cowrie's face. May giggles while Cowrie grows more irritated. She flicks her wrists and sends a stream towards May. But May dodges and it splashes Yuna's chest instead.
Of course it... Oh!
They're all so beautiful. They're so great.
That's so cute!
That's such a really good shot.
I'm really glad they did a different art style for this picture.
Yeah, like
Really nice.
you can tell they actually cared like about the CGs more so than the individual character models.
Yeah.
The character models aren't bad, but they're just not as good as the CGs.
Yeah. I mean, CGs are always the best part of what's it called? Visual novels.
Oh, I could have just full screen from here. Oh well.
Oh. Lame.
Skip messages seen after choice. Stop skipping. Keep skipping. I was trying to see. Ooh. I was trying to see if there's any way to figure out what the controls for like getting rid of the text on the screen would be. Nope, there's nothing that I can find that actually gets rid of the text on the screen.
Boo.
Which sucks, because you'd want to be able to see the fucking CG,
Yeah.
right? Yuna glances down at her chest, then narrows her eyes, clearly fed up. Using her whole arm, she sends a big wave towards Kaori, but the water misses and catches Valerie, who squeals happily. She sends a small splash back, which catches Mayu on the cheek. Mayu blinks. Valerie's brow wrinkles in worry as she opens her mouth to apologize, but instead dodges the splash that Mayu sends back. Before long, all of the girls are squealing and bouncing around in the water,
I
splashing
love that
each other.
The way you're reading this is as if you're like not narrating, but doing the
play-by-play on the side.
play-by-play. That's the word.
Sho and I stand off to the side, watching this glorious
Is this
view.
not the best thing you've ever seen in your life?
I nod solemnly, but another voice answers.
Yes, it is.
Oh shit!
As one, Sho and I turn to see Akira, nodding approvingly. When did you get here?
I've always
Gives
been
me
here.
a confused look.
I've been here this whole time.
What? Sho and I glance at each other, then shrug.
We've been distracted by.
I think I've seen Mei before. She's part of Ona Bugeisha, right?
Yeah.
I remember Kaori's intense reaction when we learned we were matching against Mei's team. But Mei seems to treat her like they were old friends. Of course he's wearing like the fucking swim team long-ass swim pants. Swimming?
Yes.
That's what that outfit is.
It is. It is.
How do Mei and Kaori know each other?
How come all of their crosses are disappointing?
Japan?
That's fair.
They seem to have opposite reactions when seeing each
Their
other.
relationship is strange. They've known each other since childhood, but judging by the way they act towards each other, it's hard to remember that.
The conversation ends. Silence settles in as we continue to watch the splash attacks.
Why aren't we joining in on the fun?
That's a great question.
Oh no,
They're
he's
all gonna turn
hot.
against us.
Sho swims closer to the girls and shoots a stream of water towards Mayu. Mayu yelps in surprise and splashes back when she sees Sho's grin. Akira and I join in after Sho's introduction into the splash war. The sun kisses the horizon, spilling orange light over the waves, so we're on the western shore. Akira and Mei left right after the splash war to join their friends. Valerie is lounging on her towel, trying to soak up the last of the dying rays while reading from her e-reader. Yuna sits on the sand, watching the waves lap at her feet. Kaori looks thoughtful as she sits in her fold-up chair, tossing and catching an inflatable beach ball. Sho and Mayu are missing. I'm not sure where they went. Patrick Bow Wow.
Yes.
The day is winding down and it'll be dark soon. Let's head home, or I want to spend a little more time with Sho.
Okay.
Here's the big boy moment.
The most important one.
It's big brain time.
Okay. Oh, evens odds.
That is the number
Paladin, what is it?
3.
Oh, thank God.
I want to spend a little more time with Sho. Unless somebody wants to veto. Or not veto, but reroll. And nobody has vetoes left to stop it.
I mean, after they reroll, can we do another reroll?
Absolutely.
Yeah, till everyone's out of rerolls.
Yeah. But if you reroll, if they reroll, get the right thing, get the other thing, and then you reroll to try and get it back and still end up even.
I mean, we'll still end up with, yeah, but
So, pivotal moment.
I'll give it just a minute, because
It is apparently a very long wait.
And we are so sorry about that, boys and girls. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Goncho.
Goncho. Perfect.
Did you say? Oh. For some reason, my brain did not say lactose intolerant. It was an incredibly racist Southern lady not wanting to date black guys. She's lactose intolerant.
Oh my God. Ooh, boy. Ooh. All right, I think we're gonna spend some more time with Sho.
It's like the opposite of jungle fever. You're lactose intolerant.
I think we're gonna spend some more time with Sho.
Is my quota of being incredibly racist over for the day?
Yep, it's over. That's it. That's all you have.
I wonder where Sho went. Sneak up on him and Mayu, just straight macking it. As I search the beach, I find Sho and Mayu sitting on a rock cliff, their feet dangling in the water. Call out or leave them be. Another important moment.
So important.
These are what we should have saved our fucking rerolls for.
We both still have rerolls.
I don't.
now.
I used my reroll,
Oh,
remember?
I still have a reroll. Okay.
And so does Paranoia.
Okay.
Odds evens.
Yeah.
That's a 12. We're leaving them be. Unless somebody wants to reroll.
As much as I want to spend time with our boy, he deserves this.
He really does. This is his fucking Zuko episode.
We've been trying.
Except it's more like a Katara episode.
Yeah. This is their Katang.
For some reason, my brain immediately thought you just mispronounced Catan. Because we have a product at my store called the Baby Catan. It's like a...
Settlers of?
That's Catan.
Oh.
It's spelled differently.
Anyway, what is the Catan?
For some reason, like, I know you know about Settlers of Catan, but my brain didn't think you would know about Settlers of Catan.
Who the fuck doesn't know about it?
I didn't know about it until high school.
That's weird. I didn't know about it until 50% off, so...
See? You wouldn't have known about it. It's kind of a shitty board game.
Actually, no. I did know about it in high school.
I learned about it in high school because we found a free browser-based version of Settlers of Catan in my engineering
Oh, you just
class.
said it was Catan.
Catan, I don't really know. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anybody cares, so we're leaving them be.
I went to some, like, religious convention thing, and there was a big game room, and at the end, you could put your name into a drawing if you played a certain game, and if your name was drawn, you would get a free game, which, you know, religious stuff, gambling, you know, that's the thing. Anyway, I
they
won
go
a free
hand in
game
hand,
from it.
like the people that drew lots for Jesus's robes.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a free game from it, so that was pretty cool.
They're leaning into each other, watching the sunset. I don't want to disturb their moment, so I slip away before I'm noticed.
Yay!
Our boy! He's our boy! You know what we just did?
What?
We just played the best friend in a dating sim.
We did! Oh my god!
We hung out with our friend, and he ended up with the girl of his dreams, and we're happy for him, and we didn't end up with any of the girls. The girls give me questioning looks as I return.
Did you find them?
Yes or no?
Odds evens.
So many important choices here today.
Oh god. I don't know if we want to say yes or no.
Well, currently we're saying yes. That's a 17.
Do we want to say yes?
Here's the real thing. If we say yes, Jinkies. Hey, Paranoia.
Hi.
Showing back up on Oh, that actually might make sense.
What?
YouTube's delay is really long because of the thing that I did, but I don't think Twitch's delay has changed.
Oh, well,
So the delay on Twitch should be very, very short.
good. Anyway, so do we want to say that we found them or not? I feel like if we say we found them, they're gonna want to be like going and breaking it up.
I don't know. I don't feel like they would be. But simultaneously, I kind of feel like I wish the answer would have been something along the lines of, yes, but let's give them space.
Yeah.
Like, I wish yes, but was an answer.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't want to lie to these people, but simultaneously, I don't want them to go and interrupt them.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm so stressed out.
Currently, we're on yes. Does anybody want to re-roll?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep mine.
Keeping your re-roll? You're going to go with yes?
Yeah.
All right.
This is a hard choice.
I've got it saved. So I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. Yeah, yes, but awesome.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but they seem to be in the middle of something, and I don't want to interrupt them. Valerie smirks. No, she doesn't care.
Please,
I
no.
bet you just wanted to watch.
What?
I mean, you were gone for a while. Out on the beach? That's quite daring.
You think they're fucking getting it on? Una seems thoughtful, but has a mischievous glint in her eye. They didn't. Valerie and Una glance at each other and burst out laughing. My cheeks burn as I realize what I just said. I meant nothing was going on. Kaori frowns.
So you did watch?
There was nothing to watch.
Hey guys, what's everyone laughing about?
Oh fuck. Oh, look how close she is to him. Sho and Mayu stand by their
We
towels.
were just talking about how there was nothing going on.
It's not funny the way when she has to explain it. Anyway, we should be going. It's getting late. Oh, shit. Sho and Mayu looking at each other before shrugging. They nod at us. It's so funny. The first couple of episodes of a DnDating Sim typically have nothing that happens in them. So they're very, very slow. But midway through to like late game, everybody who's been watching since the beginning is suddenly fully invested.
Right? I'm so happy for our boy.
We all pack up our belongings and head to the parking lot, where we say our goodbyes and hop in our respective vehicles. Since Nikki said she was leaving with her friends, I kick my bike into gear and drive home.
She has a secret boyfriend.
As a secret boyfriend.
She has a secret boyfriend.
I'm exhausted by the time I get home, and I am secretly thankful Uncle Kaido is nowhere in sight. All I want to do is take a hot shower and go to bed. Nikki hasn't come home yet either, so the bathroom is all mine. I wash the sand and salt water off my skin, then go to sleep early.
Let's do a beach trip.
My alarm sounds waking me up. I turn it off and prepare for the day. After a quick breakfast, I drive to school and head to class. Boring. Fucking skip once in a
Good
while.
morning,
nerd.
everyone. I have some good news. Because so many of you did well on the pop quiz from last week, we're going to have another one.
Great.
Because of course we are. A chorus of groans circle around the classroom. That does remind me. I had a class my very last semester at school where I was the accidental smartest kid in class.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would like...
You
It all
actually did
involved...
your work.
Well, no,
You actually studied.
it involved inventories.
Yeah.
And I work inventories now.
Yeah.
Like, that's my job. But simultaneously, I remember, like, 2 years ago, I did an intensive to get bonus credit on a class that I wasn't doing well in that involved inventories.
Yeah.
And I ended up doing this whole thing. It took, like, an entire week of my time. And I got so good at it that I got a perfect grade on the bonus credit. Turns out that was entirely what that class was. So it was just ingrained in my mind how the fucking equations worked. And everybody else was struggling like, I don't get it, I don't get it. The first quiz, the first exam we had, he was like, okay, and everybody can have a cheat sheet. And I fill out my entire paper. Nobody's really, paying attention. I fill out my entire exam. And as I go to hand it in, he goes, and your cheat sheet? And I went, oh, I didn't use one. And a couple of people looked up and went, what? And then the grades came back, and I got, because there were bonus points on it, I got 108 on my first exam.
Amazing.
I got a perfect score, including the bonus question. And whenever that happened, a couple of people looked at me and like, how the fuck did you get a perfect score and not need a cheat sheet? And I was like, I didn't have any notebook paper, so I didn't want to tear any paper out of my leather-bound notebooks that I normally use. I didn't want to tear one of the papers out of that, so I just didn't make a cheat sheet. I didn't want to waste paper, so I didn't make a cheat sheet. I just knew the formulas in my head. They're like, how the fuck? I can't explain it to
I
you.
knew you'd all be excited.
Everyone gradually falls silent as the TA hands out the quiz. I breeze through the last quiz, and I'll breeze through this one too. Once the paper lands on my desk, I scribble in the correct answers. This material is all stuff I've learned already. After a few minutes, I turned in my completed test to the professor.
Done already? You still have plenty of time if you want to check your work.
Yeah, it's been checked. Professor glances skeptically at my paper, then does a double check, and he recognizes my name.
Oh, you're the student who got perfect marks on the last quiz.
I nod. He offers me a smile.
Thank you.
Soon, everyone has turned in their paper.
Everyone awake now? Good. In today's lesson,
No more pop quizzes.
class dismissed.
Ugh, I had this one awful.
For a second, I thought that said I
Class.
gather my thighs up. I gather my things. What was your awful class?
Anyway, it was a once a week class. It was a 3-hour class, right? Well, technically, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Anyway, so she would give out the exams, and they were like the longest things ever. Like, if I wanted to do perfect on those exams, it would have taken me the entire class period. But she would be like, okay, you have like 1/3 of the class to do it, and then we're gonna learn some stuff.
Those are always the nicest.
It's the teacher everybody hates. But like she teaches all of the like the ones you have to pass for your degree.
Yeah.
So you can't avoid having
That
her
was
classes.
for us in computer science, that was the classes that I avoided until like I literally switched majors because there were 2 teachers in computer science that prided themselves on having a ludicrously low pass rate.
That's ridiculous. Those are the worst.
Because they wanted to make, passing UA with a computer science degree a prestigious thing to do. What they didn't realize what they were doing was they were failing a bunch of students and making a bunch of people lose their scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
And so most people were just transferring out of UA to UAB for those 2 classes because then the upper level classes weren't taught by those teachers. So they would transfer out, do those 2 classes in UAB, transfer back, and finish at UA.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, I ended up switching over to OM, and the person in the OM that did that was the teacher that I ended up acing the class for.
Beautiful. But that teacher that did the fucking shitty exams for was the same teacher that the first time I had her, we were supposed to end class at 9 o'clock. But she kept going until 9:30 because she says this class has always been going until 9:30, so I'm gonna teach until 9:30, because it was a 6:30 to 9 o'clock class. So she would teach from 6:30 to 9:30.
At night?
Yeah, at night. That was the only time that class was available.
That's
was the
very
worst.
dumb.
It was the worst. Anyway, so she kept doing that, and we were like, hey, the syllabus and every not her syllabus, but like the every website and everything that's not you says. Oh, the music concerned me for a second there. Everything says, hey, you're supposed to stop at 9 o'clock. She's like, okay, and kept teaching until 9:30. So a bunch of us went to her superiors, and we were like, hey,
she continues to teach this class 30 minutes after we were supposed to leave.
And so her superiors went to her and they were like, hey, you got to end class when it's supposed to end. And she's like, okay, I will. So she took away the 10-minute break.
You have to be onabugeisha first. Sorry, there was a lot of text on screen, so I decided to let it scroll while you were talking.
Yeah.
It was just us heading to the hangar.
So like, I hate her so much.
Kaori glares at May, who looks exasperated.
I always have your best interest at heart. That's not true. When have I not? Have you already forgotten about what happened with Ryota?
May looks taken aback.
Really? You're bringing that up? How was I supposed to know he'd react that way? You weren't supposed to tell him at all! Maybe not, but I was trying to help.
Kaori's face contorts in anger.
You
What?
want to know the story?
No, I feel like not knowing the story is part of the fact that we didn't go down that route.
That's fair.
I was humiliated in front of the entire school! Is that what you call helping?
Once you decide with May,
That's not fair. You know that
if
wasn't
we can
my
take
intention.
a side at all.
And how Ryota handled the situation. Best friends don't treat each other like that. I know.
May falters at Kaori's piercing stare.
Well, none of that would have happened in the first place if you had just kept my secret a secret. It was all your fault.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious now. Like, I didn't even have to tell you. It's very obvious.
I can't talk to you when you're like this. You need some time to calm down. Maybe then you'll listen to reason.
Don't you dare!
You don't tell somebody to calm down. That makes them like a million times more mad. And walks away, her footsteps echoing behind her.
Ugh.
Kaori lets out a scream of frustration into her hands, and she turns around. She notices me.
How long have you been there?
Long enough to enjoy the show. I didn't hear anything, or I just got here.
Number
I don't get it. Yeah, bottom to top.
What you doing? Aw, dang it. Sorry, I have to do the thing. No, that's not what I wanted. Gonna make me do the thing. Oh, fuck. What is the deal here?
By the way, for anybody concerned, my vape has no nicotine in it.
Mine does.
I just like the taste.
What did you say, bottom to top?
3.
Bug.
Lovely.
Yeah, that left a bad taste in my mouth.
Oh, just gonna do a little vape real quick. We're dragons.
What was the answer? 3?
3.
So I just got here. I woke up like this. Lawless. More like I woke up like this with a terrible, terrible crick in my neck. Look at that frost. You're scratching it off onto my pants. Ah, my eye!
I'm sorry, Colin.
I'm joking. Alright, doesn't seem like anybody wants to do anything. Ah, stop! Why? It's bad. It's cold. No. I can't pour this with one hand.
You want some help?
No, I got it. I don't trust you.
You don't trust me?
No, I don't. I very clearly don't need to have this bottle out here right now. Because some of us, children. I just realized I don't
It's like
have
having
any.
a puppy.
I just realized I don't have any more Coca-Cola.
Oh, I'll go get some.
I just got here. Not long at all.
What did you hear?
Nothing. Carrie narrows her eyes. Okay, just enough to watch May storm off. She continues to stare at me. Okay, and a little about some guy named Ryota. And that's it.
Rude to eavesdrop.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to. So, what's that about?
Splash first.
I'll do last splash first just to get this bottle out of the fridge. You deserve it.
I did. I do.
For the last time, it's forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I've been a bad girl.
I've always heard, I'm sorry, Daddy, I've been naughty.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. I've been naughty.
It's like, for the last time, it's forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I've been naughty.
I just love every time that somebody finds out like a phrase like that, where they're like, they mean the same thing.
Oh, I found that out during a Hitalia AU roleplay on Kick when I was in high school.
I forgot you used to have, I forgot literally everybody used to have Kick. I never used Kick.
I only used Kick to talk to my, well, not talk to, well, talk to, yeah, but mostly roleplay with my internet friends that I met on iFunny.
I was gonna say,
That is like the peak of 2010 to 2015.
I was gonna say that
life.
is early. That is early 2010 life. You met friends on iFunny, that and then proceeded to talk to them over
I met
Kick.
Hitalia fans and made friends with them. You gotta remember to put that part in there.
Then I never had Kick, but I did consistently roleplay, like Kingdom Hearts Keyblade Academy on Gaia Online.
Oh.
I did so much fucking roleplay on Gaia, and I tried not to because I knew what it was, but I absolutely Gary Stewed the shit out of every single one of my characters. I didn't mean to, it's just like I was in middle school. Like, I didn't know what I was doing.
Most middle schoolers make Gary Stews and Mary Sues.
Because they watch anime, and it's like every main character is a Mary Sue, Gary Stew.
That's fair.
In anime, to the point where it's like, I wanna make a highlight reel of all of these cool moments my OC's going to be involved in because of the powers that I gave them. But you never want to write the
My
hardships
OC
because you're...
It was nothing.
Was a bisexual witch that married Femme Germany. And we adopted Latvia.
I'm sorry. I know that all of the characters are personifications of places. But the phrase, I was dating Germany.
Married to.
I married Germany.
Femme Germany.
Femme Germany. But that's not nearly as funny as I married Germany and we adopted Latvia.
After we kidnapped him from Russia.
Right, let's kick on with the show. Who's Ryota?
We were
Nobody
also
you
friends with Shizuo and Izawa from what is it? Izaya from
I was gonna say Aizawa's a fucking Boku no Hero character. Who are you talking about? Izaya from Da-da-da-da.
No.
So, who is he then?
He is none of your business.
I like Kaori's voice actress a lot.
Besides, you've already heard all about it when you were listening in on a private conversation.
Should have been yelling in a
I was
public
gonna say,
place.
one spoken at volume knob 11. No, that's not... I gotta take this. Saved by the bell. Well, Buzz, I guess. Sorry, I better get this. Exactly, I gotta take this. Kaori nods. She looks just as relieved as I am. I accept the call and walk further away from Kaori. Hello?
Hey!
Hi, Yuna.
I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time.
Literally the best time. No, this is perfect.
Okay, so your account manager with Dashu reached out to me. He'll be close to campus later today and would like to meet with you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm not sure what everyone's schedules look like.
Wait, he wants to meet with just you.
Uh-huh. I'll bet he wants to get to know me better. Am I in trouble, or is this another interview? Are we going drinking? And if so, is he paying for the drinks? The answer is yes. I'll be there. Bottom to top. I did that earlier. Top to bottom.
3.
Am I in trouble?
It's not important.
I don't feel like anybody's gonna do anything on this one. Did I do something wrong?
No, not at all. He has some questions about your gear.
Listen, if it's about my core, I'm fucking tired of everybody asking me about the core.
I don't know.
I don't know what it does. It's anime plot armor.
Literally.
Why? What's wrong with Eagle?
Nothing. He's impressed by it. He wants to know how your outdated American gear
Oh, that's
is
a great way to
able
put it.
outperform even the newest Japanese models.
Probably because we're the baddest nation in the world. USA! 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 Just on the phone in the hangar yelling, pointing up at the air, and she can't see it, but everybody else in the hangar can.
She can feel it.
Outdated.
Not in a bad way. It's just not new.
Vintage. The word you're looking for is vintage.
It's not
Will
vintage
you meet
until
him?
it's over 30 years old. Maybe 40, depending on what you're looking at.
I feel like in the information age, vintage is like 25 minutes old. Like, a meme from last week is vintage
That
now.
is fair.
Sure.
Great. You can meet him at the cafe after lunch.
Alright, I'll be there. Thanks, Yuna.
No problem.
After saying goodbye, she hangs up. By the time I end the call, Kaori is nowhere in sight. It's probably for the best, honestly. Our chat didn't end on such a great note. Since I came here to practice, I climb into Eagle and start up a simulated match. After I've practiced a few rounds, I shut down the simulators and climb out of Eagle. I can tell my reaction times are improving. I'm sure with a little more practice, I'll be ready to face Onabugeisha. So glad somebody else said that phrase now, so I know how to say Bugeisha.
It's geisha, because it's all
Yeah,
girls.
I didn't realize that before.
I said it, and you just kept saying it wrong.
Yeah. I'm sure you told me last week.
That's fair.
How much do you
And
think
the week before.
How much information do you think I retain from week to week?
That is fair.
Because it's
and
mostly
valid.
flushed down the drain.
That is, I mean, that's fair. Goes down your throat and out your dick. Straight into that toilet.
So, really...
Because, I mean, how many drinks have you had tonight, Paladin?
Huh?
How many drinks have you had tonight? Plenty.
This many.
Okay. But you only had one.
I had one from that bottle, so this
Okay.
many.
Yeah, that's a lot of drinks. Then again, you are not as weak as I am.
I also haven't finished this one.
That's fair. He says he can finish a drink, so...
No, I plan to.
That's fair.
I think the plan is, however, that it is
9
1
o'clock.
hour. Yeah, it is 9 o'clock, and so now's as good as ever to stop, considering we've got a choice in
fair.
front of us.
Oh man, it's
Show
the
or
perfect
Mayu.
choice.
I wonder if either one will just take us to the exact same encounter, but from the different perspectives.
Probably.
Anyway, that's going to be where we end it tonight. Thank you, everybody who came out to this exciting episode. I promise I will fix the latency for next episode. I was practicing with something earlier, because I did my stream of, what's it called earlier? Now's a good...
Game.
Old game, yes. Link's Awakening. Now's as good as time as ever to announce it. We're going to finish out this series in Persona 5 on this channel as far as archives go. Live streams will always happen on this channel, but what I plan to do in the future is archives are moving to a separate channel known as Paladin Null Full Streams. So all archive content will move there, and this channel's videos on demand, or VODs, will only be either pre-recorded content, so like actual true-to-life Let's Plays, or highlights of the streams.
Interesting, okay.
So I want to do that, because then if you really wanted to go back, like if you wanted to watch it live, you're still going to watch it on the main channel.
Yeah.
And if all you cared about was catching it live on the main channel, and if you didn't see it live on the main channel, just catching the highlights later,
yeah,
then just subscribe to the main channel.
Okay.
But if you want to watch all the content and make sure that you catch everything in case you forgot something, it's going to exist on an archive channel now.
Okay.
That's what I'm moving towards. We're going to finish out the series that are currently on the channel now, just so we don't have a bunch of loose ends, but I am planning on having a separate channel specifically for VODs.
Okay.
But with that being said, I've been Paladin Null. This has been CBQ.
Hi.
This has been Ace Academy. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.